10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This film story begins in the future, a time when the world had changed a lot. Humans have made some changes in themselves so that they could live long life, and not only that, but there was a place on Earth where there was a door through which aliens of the other world had also come into our world. Because the planets on which they lived were no longer there, maybe they were over. Humans made a lot of inventions from their coming, that is, they invented a lot of things, and in this way, aliens and humans were living together. In order for aliens to live, some rules have to be followed, and if they did not follow, then they would be punished. Now after a few days we see that a very big pyramid suddenly rises above the city from somewhere, but humans do not take it too seriously. Because they had already become acquainted with aliens and their technology. That is why they also think this is something of aliens. This is the reason that many days had passed but humans did not go near it. Now the door that was on the ground from where these aliens used to come, there was a problem with it. Aliens could only come from there, they could not go back. Humans tried a lot to send aliens back through that way, but as someone went inside it, he died immediately. So one reason was that aliens were now living in our world, but after it, we see a spaceship. In which some aliens and such people were being taken and many changes had been made in them. In this, we see a girl named Jill. Even her body had been changed, so she was not completely human and she did not want to go. That is why she attacks the guards there and starts killing them. Then she is immediately held by a metal device on her face and head, so that she does not harm anyone. After that, this spaceship is brought to Earth, means all the people on this ship were from another world. They were not from this world. Then we see the same pyramid, which was actually the god of Egypt. In this pyramid, we see Horus God, which is also called the god of heaven. Now someone, like the other gods, took him out of heaven and also ended his immortal life. It means where he was going to be immortal and live forever. Now he could die, but he had powers and he was given 7 days to fix everything. That is, to get his immortal life back. He will have to marry a woman who lives on Earth, and the child that will be born will actually be Horus's second birth. As this happens, he will get his immortal life back and he will also be forgiven for the mistake he had made. So now Horus was looking for a man who could get his work done, but it was not that easy because Horus was very powerful. That's why not everyone could bear his power. He had a short time. If he didn't do that, his existence would be destroyed. So he comes out of the golden coffin and goes in search of such a person. For this, he comes out of the pyramid through the wall because Horus is a god, he can go through the walls. At the same time, 2 human helicopters come here. They are surprised to see something strange like Horus, but Horus destroys the 2 helicopters with his own power and says, "My human children, I am back." As he says this, he jumps from that pyramid. As he comes in the air, he changes into a very big bird. Now in the lab where Jill and the rest of the people were brought, there we see a scientist who was interested in Jill's special qualities because Jill pushed a guard without touching him on the ship. The scientist's companion says, "You are allowed if you want, you can take Jill with you, but in return, I want all the test details that you will do on Jill. Other than this, Jill will not be kept in captivity, she will be free to go and go everywhere." Now here, Jill did not remember anything about her past life. The scientist tells Jill that the parts of her body are very strong and powerful, but surprisingly, her body looks new as if it was made some time ago. Jill did not remember anything about it. Now because this is a very long time, that's why everything was very modern. As if the cars were flying in the air, here we see the news on the screen where a woman was accusing the president. That dangerous alien creature is kept in this city. Then we see the president and his people who were very worried after hearing this news because they wanted to win people's trust, and this was a very big blame for them. It was a question of their reputation. Now the trouble for them increases when they find out that 4 people have been killed in the city in a very strange way, but the killer has not been caught yet. Because of it, people were living in fear. Now an inspector is put to solve this case, and when he goes to the place where a man was killed, He sees the condition of the corpse and says this work must be done by a dangerous crazy killer. Because the condition of the corpse was worst and the whole body was torn. So no ordinary killer can do this. Now the witness of the city was being taken to the police station, but on the way, the car had a very bad accident and the policeman who was driving the car died on the spot. But the witness who was being taken was alive. When he comes out, he starts behaving very strangely and then suddenly, his body also bursts. He also dies. The next day we see that the scientist comes to meet Jill, and talks about her memory with Jill. Then she answers, I don't remember anything, on which the scientist says, you will remember everything. Your body is new now and I have to do some medical tests on you. In return, she gives Jill a hotel car, where she can live freely because this was decided with her. When Jill comes out of the lab, a man comes to meet her, but here we can't see his face because he had covered his whole body and face with clothes. Now she was Jill's companion and her closest one too. She gets very happy to see him and hugs him. He tells Jill, because we are not from this world, that's why my body is not accepting this world. I'm dying gradually, but because you can stay here, so stay safe and I will leave after some time. After that, he gives Jill a special kind of blue pills. Then we see that there is a jail on top of the city where prisoners are kept in separate sleeping chambers, means they are put to sleep in deep sleep so that their time of punishment can pass. Suddenly, there is an accident. 3 sleeping chambers fall on their own. Then when the police come to investigate, 2 prisoners are found in 2 chambers while the 3rd chamber is empty. This means there was no prisoner in it. His only broken leg was lying in it. After some time, Horace comes in the form of a blind man on this bridge and he sees all the police officers who are investigating. Now the inspector investigates and tells that the most dangerous criminal's dead body was not found. He is missing. Hearing this, Horace goes down the bridge where the 3rd prisoner was hanging. Horace shows him his face. Actually he hanged here as he fell from that chamber which saved his life, but he was injured. This prisoner's name was Nicopol. Horace thinks of the 3 prisoners only he was saved, so it means powerful. He immediately comes in the form of a bird. He picks up Nicopol from here and takes him with him. Then Nicopol comes to his senses and sees Horace in front of him. Here, Horace tells him that you are powerful and I need a human body to live in this human world. So far I have tried this on many people, means to take their body, but no one could stand me and they all died, but you are the only one who can bear me. So from now on I will live in your body till my purpose of coming to the earth is not fulfilled. Nicopol finds all these things very strange. When he sees that my leg is cut off, he gets very nervous. Horace makes an iron leg for him while seeing him worried, but it was very heavy. That's why Nicopol was not able to walk with him, but as Horace comes in his body, then he easily starts walking with this heavy leg. So now, Nicopol is forced to listen to Horace. So here we come to know that all those people who had strange deaths, their bodies were torn. It was all because of Horace, because he was looking for a body who could bear his powers, and he found Nicopol, and now he wanted a woman with whom he would marry and have a child, which would be the second birth of Horace, and he would be immortal again. But now because Nicopol's punishment was still left, that's why he had to stay hidden. Now during this time a helicopter comes here and the Popol in it starts shooting at Nicopol. They try to end him, but because Horace was in his body, that's why they can't kill him. They follow him. He runs to escape from them. While running he comes to the edge of a very tall building. There was no other way to escape. That's why he jumps from here. In the beginning he thinks that he won't be able to escape, but soon his wings come out and Horace takes him away. Now this attack on Nicopol was done by the president. Because the president and his dad had done a lot of dangerous experiments on aliens, but because Nicopol knew this secret, that's why the president wanted to get rid of him while ending him. Then we see Jill in the hotel, who has brought a lot of food and she starts eating it like animals. After this, Horace tells Nicopol his whole purpose, that now I have to find a special woman. Then they go to a bar and Jill was also there and they talk. In which Nicopol likes Jill, a lot. Then, Horus tells her that she is the woman whom you will marry and she will give birth to another, Horus. Now, Nikopol starts talking to her. Initially she didn't pay attention, but now because she had to live in this world, that's why she starts talking to him, and to spend time together, they go to the hotel room. After spending the whole night together, morning comes where Jill finds herself on her bed. In the meantime, the hotel manager comes and starts looking for Jill's room. The strange thing was there was no bathroom in the room. In fact, where the bathroom should have been there is a painting of the pyramid. Anyway, after searching, the manager goes from there. Then at the place of painting the washroom door was made. Actually this was Horus's magic so that they don't get caught. Jill comes to the washroom and sees Nikopol there. She gets angry at Nikopol for what happened last night and threatens to end him. On which he tells her, see what happened, it's not my fault, my body is in someone else's control. With this, he stops breathing. Seeing him, she gets very nervous and leaves from here. As she leaves, Nikopol takes a breath where he and Horus talk. Nikopol gets angry with him that you didn't do good to Jill, and she thinks it's my fault, but Horus doesn't pay attention to him because he has a short time. Now we know that last night when Jill and Nikopol were in the bar, a spy was keeping an eye on them whose one eye was fake. There was a camera in his place with which he used to record. So when he was sitting in the car, an alien creature comes there and attacks him and takes out his eye. Now this alien creature was no one else but the same which the president has unlawfully kept, about which the woman had also said in the news. The scientist has a liquid sample of Jill, and he gives it to the alien creature, with the help of which he will be able to find Jill, and finally will finish her. There, Nikopol denies Horus that I can't let you stay in my body anymore. When Horus scares him that don't forget you don't have a leg, if I don't stay then you will never be able to walk with that iron leg. But now because Horus is a god and Nikopol is a human, so here, Horus shows him his strength by killing him and says I can finish you in seconds. Now in front of the god, Nikopol was weak, that's why he doesn't say anything. She goes to the library where she knows a lot about humans, and she likes it a lot because she was not a human from the beginning but was made of energy. Now because she is a human, she was feeling good. As she knows about humans, she starts feeling a lot that when she was coming back someone kidnaps her and puts that iron device on her face. Then she sees that alien creature in front of her who had to find Jill, but before that he kills her. Horus reaches here at the right time, he kills all the people her and saves Jill. He was in the form of a bird, that's why he flies Jill and brings her to the hotel room. Here was Nikopol too, so now Jill understands that whatever he did with me, he didn't do it on purpose, in fact someone else is controlling him. Knowing this, talk to each other very nicely. Then the next morning, when Jill meets her same companion whose face was covered, he tells her that now my existence has ended to a great extent, you must meet me for the last time, after which I will go alone forever. The president sends another alien creature to end Jill. Then when Jill and Nikopol were in the hotel together, the alien creature comes here and attacks, but then Jill's companion comes with his flying car and takes both of them from here. That alien creature starts following them, but his hand is cut off. They three come to a different place. Jill's companion gives her a pill and says that by eating this, your memory will be erased, after which you will become a complete human. As Jill eats that pill, immediately her companion dies. Meanwhile, that alien creature, which was very dangerous, comes to kill them again. Then Nikopol asks Horus for help. Now as Horus comes here, he ends that alien creature at once. After which Horus leaves, but before leaving, he gives such power to Nikopol so that he can bear the weight of that iron leg without Horus. Then he says to Jill, you have a special gift of mine, so protect it, means his second birth. There the president goes to that pyramid with his companions so that he knows the purpose of his coming here, but as the president touches him, he immediately goes inside and disappears. We immediately see his dead body falling. Now when Jill, and Nikopol come in front of everyone. Then Nikopol is arrested because he still had a year's punishment left. It is shown that Jill has now become a complete human. After this, the story comes a year ahead where Nikopol's punishment was over. He was released from jail and goes to meet Jill, where both meet each other very well. He sees a small child with blue hair near Jill, who is no one else but Horus's second birth. They start talking and we see that the pyramid has also disappeared. After this, we are shown the scene of the sky where Horus last time was going on. After which, Jill's child will take the form of Horus, means his second birth. Here this movie ends.
Thank you for watching. Like, share and comment. Don't forget to subscribe our channel Movies in 15 Minutes.